Now, mods are often reported about on 3D motors because they represent a new approach to video games that are more and more especially on PCs. Over Flanders Fields is probably one of the richest examples in terms of changes made to an original game. More than 4 years of evolutions and improvements have been made to the original Combat Flight Simulator 3, which came out in 2002. This is a real flight simulator. Over Flanders Fields is based on World War I, where the first aerial combats were fought. Over Flanders Fields is for those enthusiasts of aircraft from the era between 1914 and 1918. The game pays great respect to historical facts. Flyovers, missions, the specific models and liveries all make for a game that has a serious respect for history. Technically, the mod also does a good job in helping us forget that 7 years have passed since the release of Combat Flight Simulator 3 in 2002. New textures and high definition are part of the major evolutions. The weather conditions are well looked after and also take the era into account. Once at the controls is when things get interesting. While an Airbus is overly complicated with all of its buttons, knobs and the rest, here it's pretty straightforward. Over Flanders Fields requires a minimum of knowledge concerning the aerial combat techniques employed during this time. Very little power, but a lot of maneuverability. Only the pilots who best sort out these parameters will have the chance to shoot first. You also mustn't forget that aviation played a major role in the advancement of the ground forces, and the actions of the player have a direct effect on the evolution of the troops. The game also controls a career system where errors are not forgiven. A mission can come to an end behind enemy lines and will leave your pilot inaccessible because he's considered to be captured. And there's no use to precise what happens to him in the case of a crash. This example shows just how far the modders are ready to go to make their project as realistic as possible. And several editions of 3D motors would be needed to confirm the entirety of all the new functions and content that's been added. But still, a big tip of the hat for such a realistic end product. A fine piece of work that pays tribute to one of the finest eras of aviation. Over Flanders Fields is available exclusively on its official website. You'll need to have an original version of Combat Flight Simulator 3.